That's right.
And so we have Miss Deb Davis, who is the headshot queen. All right,
Headshot
she is
queen.
now an author.
Come on.
She worked with the best Emma, right?
Talk
Emma
about
Bruchelle.
it. Come on.
And now, guess
Come on.
what? She steps out from the camera and said, I'm now about to tell my story.
She's about to tell her
Y'all,
story.
please welcome to this stage the one, the
And
only,
only.
the headshot queen herself,
Headshot queen.
Deb Davis.
She said, no more suffering in silence, no more living half a lie. When women tell the truth, that's when freedom starts to rise. From silence to strength, from pain into power, from hiding to healing. This is her hour.
How is everybody doing on this afternoon? Good, good. How many of you ever been on top of the world? You know, you've been on high, on top of your career, on top of your relationships, running all over the world, doing whatever it is that you wanted to do. That was me. After 24 years of working at AT&T, I retired at the age of 55 years old. I know I don't look that young. I know, that's okay. But after that, I decided to start a career in photography. So I retired in 2018. I started full-time photography in 2018. And my goal was not just to take pictures, but to bring out the best in everybody that came in front of my camera. So I was working, I was doing these corporate jobs. I'm a headshot photographer. I wanted to get on all these corporate jobs, and I started getting the jobs. I was in Las Vegas in 2024. On my way home from Las Vegas, about to board a plane, I get a phone call from Henry Ford Hospital. Ring, ring. I'm about to board the plane. I knew I had just took some tests, so I didn't want to hear the test results before I got on the plane. So I picked up the phone and I said, I'm about to board this plane. Call me tomorrow. April 5th, 2024, I got that phone call and heard 4 words that completely shifted my life. She said, you have breast cancer. And she said, not in one breast, but both breasts. And she said, not just one type of cancer, but you have 2 types of cancer. She said, you stage 0 on the left and stage 2 on the right. Everything in me went numb. But after I gathered myself and got myself together, no tears came until I went next door to my mom's house and began to repeat to her what the nurse had said. But I knew immediately that I needed to go into that positive role, because I immediately heard the Lord say, this is not unto death. And I got myself together. I had a double mastectomy, June 2024. And then the Lord reminded me, you was too busy. You was ripping and running, doing all the things that you wanted to do. You was too busy to hear my voice. Now, how many of you ever played childhood games as a kid? So I'm going to call some of these games out. I want you to raise your hand if you could relate. Red light, green light. Tag. Double dutch. All right. Now I want you to throw a peace sign up in the air if you remember my favorite one. Hide and seek. All right. I got some peeps out there. Now, if you're under 35 years old, you're probably saying, what in the world is these games they talking about? That's okay, that's okay. Come on and go with me. Go with me till around the age of 8 years old. You know, the rules of the game, somebody would cover their eyes, start counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then they would yell out, ready or not? Here I come. So what was the object of the game? You was to find a spot, get quiet, and don't get found. I was real good with the third part, but we'll get there. So we're going to go through the rules. Find a spot. As kids, we found hiding places. As adults, we found places to hide within our roles. The caregiver, the mother, the wife, the teacher. Nothing's wrong with the roles. The problem begins when we start losing ourselves within those roles. Rule number 2, get quiet. Think about this. We stop asking for help. We stop saying what hurt. And we cover it up with these famous 2 words, I'm fine. How many of you said that? Some of y'all probably said it on your way here today. And I'm so convinced that those 2 words deserve an Academy Award. So don't get found. Now, I was so good with that. When I played as a kid, we didn't hide in ordinary places. We hid in abandoned houses, the ones with the creaky floors, the broken windows, and it's so dark in there. I hid in those kind of places, and I never got found. I hid so well that I was wondering, where's everybody at? The game was over, and I was still hiding. And some of you are probably hiding too, because as women, we hide in plain sight. I'm Deb Davis from the Transparency Table. I help women to stop hiding, reclaim their voice, walk in their authenticity. And if you hurt yourself anywhere in this conversation on today, I want you to text the word FOUND, FOUND, to 248-282-4161. The woman you've been looking for, she's not gone. She's just waiting for you to stop hiding long enough to find her. Thank you.
Through the fire, with faith still in her soul, she said, no more